What's good, y'all? So as y'all probably seen in one of my previous videos, this is a game that I'm starting to mess with. It's called Flowers, as you can see. Um, this is it's a very different game than what I'm used to. You feel me? I think it's very relaxing, and I just really hope that y'all mess with this. Y'all messing with this gameplay that I'm finna record right now for y'all. If y'all got any recommendations for games to play, y'all go ahead and y'all let me know. But JD, get to your message, bro. What's good, y'all? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I just got done recording that video. I'm finna spam some right now. But again, I'm gonna just get straight to it. Forgive me if my voice sound a little bit crazy. I did just get out of bed. Um, I was finna go to sleep, but I decided to make some videos, right? Y'all know how it be with that late night motivation. You feel me? But to get straight to the point, um, I really want to speak on instigating. Because a lot of us, we do it without even realizing. And if you feel like you don't, that's good for you, right? But there may be a chance you do it subconsciously without even realizing. So before you click out this video, if you feel like that's not something you do, let me list off some things, and if you relate to them, then maybe you should reflect a little bit. Maybe it does relate to you, right? So one of the things about instigating that I've seen first, second, and third hand is when we don't get something that we want, right? Learning how to take a no for an answer. If you feel like you can't take no for an answer, and don't just say you don't relate to that just because it sounds nice. Really think. When someone tells you no to something that you truly want or that you feel like you truly need, how do you respond to that? Right? Just really think about that. There's nothing wrong with reacting, out of pocket or getting out of character or being defensive or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with not being able to admit to it. You feel me? So that's number one. I feel like number two would be, do you try to point out other people's flaws or other people's successes because it brings out your own shortcomings, or because it hides your own flaws? You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it short and simple. You have to learn how to stay in control of your emotions. Being emotionally controlled is one of the most valuable things you can ever learn in your life. I don't think there's anything more important than being in control of your emotions besides, well, of course, having a connection with God, and two, having a good perspective. But all of these things, they all correlate, right? But being emotionally controlled, you are a lot more prone to instigate when you are acting out of emotion. And when I'm saying instigate, I probably should have clarified this before, but I will clarify it now. I don't necessarily just mean to start a problem, but to cause one's pain, even if it's your own, right? But to cause pain in someone, to cause anguish, to cause discomfort in one's mind, right? Now, of course, there are so many different ways that can be done, but I'm gonna only talk about those three for right now. But to dive a little bit deeper into the third one, you will act a lot more irrational when you are overwhelmed by emotions. Now, emotions is a topic that I've talked about a lot in my videos, and I'll probably continue to talk about it a lot, because it's something that a lot of people fall short at, from what I've seen in my own experiences. But you need to check yourself. I know a lot of y'all might black out and y'all feel like y'all can't remember, what it is you did or things like that. And when you look back on it, you're like, oh, I didn't do nothing that bad. I'm here to tell you that that's probably wrong. Not to make you feel defensive or to put you on blast, but just to let you know that you should still try to reflect. And from my own experience and from what I've seen from others, if you black out when you feel emotional, there's probably something there that you should, or that you are able to reflect on. You feel me? But I feel like when you become emotionally controlled, right, which is to keep it short on how to even do that in the first place, because I don't like to provide things that you should do and then not give a way for you to do it. So to keep, or to avoid doing that, and to keep this video under 30 minutes, being emotionally controlled is giving yourself a space to feel the emotions. People who are lacking control of themselves and how they feel often don't have a comfortable and positive way for them to vent out their emotions. A lot of those people bottle them up, right? And that's not to say bottling up emotions is necessarily bad, but it becomes bad when they're not able to be relieved, right? For example, y'all ever seen someone who's playing the game and they keep losing, and then they go and they throw their controller across the room, or they start hitting their desk, or they start breaking stuff, right? And you look at them and you're like, man, that's kind of crazy that you're doing that right now, right? Like, you just got that brand new controller and you gonna throw it across the room. Like, why are you doing it, right? Well, chances are they started getting irritated about 5 matches ago. But since they just been sitting there and pretending like it's completely fine, when they got to the point where they just couldn't handle it no more, they had no way to let it out. So they just let it, they let it overwhelm them, you feel me? And then it took control. That's what we want to avoid, right? So in order to do that, we have to allow ourselves to feel those emotions without acting on them, right? And a simple way to do that is to really, but one, find healthy ways to release them. So for that example, right, what you could do is, something that I've learned to do is to fake being mad, right? Now, I'll be playing a game with my homeboy. For those of you who have seen past videos or my shorts or things like that, me and him, we be having a good time. And a lot of times when we be playing, there's sometimes where I feel a slight sense of irritation. But what I'll do is I'll kind of be dramatic about it, right? And I'll turn it into like a joke, right? So let's say me and him playing Call of Duty, right? And there's this dude. Now, if y'all play COD, there's a map called Stakeout. Now, Stakeout is one of the really small maps for those of you who don't know, right? There's only like 3 lanes for you to go down, and there's like these little vents, right? And sometimes dudes be sitting in there with these shotguns that be shooting fire rounds, right? And that stuff sucks, I'm not gonna lie. But let's say I done got killed 6 times in a row by these dudes with a fire shotgun. I'd be like, dude, there ain't no way this dude is sitting here, right? And I'll start like smiling and stuff, saying it to, let my homeboy know, like, hey, it's okay to laugh, right? And a lot of the time that's entertainment. You feel me? It be entertaining to the people, because it don't even gotta be my homeboy, it can be anybody, right? But people will find that entertaining. So while I did feel a little bit irritated, I now also feel good because I'm able to turn that irritation into something positive, right? So now I'm letting go of that irritation and replacing it with the dopamine of entertaining others. Y'all get what I'm saying? But I hope that makes sense. But let's get back to the thing, right? So having that type of emotional control where you allow yourself ways to feel those emotions. And again, for some people, it could just be maybe you need to give yourself time to cry or to process them, right? Instead of acting right away, maybe you need to process things. Or maybe you need to take breaks from things, whatever. It's different for everybody. I have so many different ways that I've learned to cope with things and to learn to let go of emotions and to allow myself to feel them over the years that it's hard to name them off the top of my head because it's so many. I just do them subconsciously now. But for those of you who are learning those type of things, a good place to start is taking a break. And whenever you do catch that emotion within you, to stop everything that you are doing and allow yourself to feel it. Don't immediately run to TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or whatever, to drugs, to sex, to alcohol. Don't run to none of that. Just let yourself feel it for as long as you can. For some of y'all it could be hours, for some of y'all it could be 30 seconds, right? But just allow yourself to feel it, you know? And it's in those moments where you allow yourself to feel it that you'll really develop the control. You'll begin to develop that habit of being able to stop yourself, you feel me, from doing irrational things. So I feel like when you do those three things, then you start working on them at least, you learn to stop causing so many problems. And you're going to realize that a lot of the problems that you once would face with people no longer happen. And when they do happen, there's two things. One, it's normally not your fault. And two, you can stop them. Because you should always remember that it takes two to argue. No matter who's instigating, no matter who's causing it or what it's about, you never have to entertain nothing. So if someone's trying to cause a problem with you, or if someone's instigating, you being in control of yourself will allow you to stop. Y'all feel me? I don't know. I hope this video makes sense though. You know, I know it will help some of y'all, and I know some of y'all it won't. But I trust that those who need to hear it, you know, I pray y'all receive this message. But alright, y'all, that's it for this one. I wish y'all nothing but the best. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and God bless y'all.